What's up, guys? How's it going? This is Steve as always, and today I'm going to be doing something I haven't done in a while. I'm going to be doing a food review. I've seen a lot of people do this. Some people like it, some people don't. I figured I have a little bit of time today. I'll get into that later. This will be both a review and update. I got a little bit of time today, so I swung by Burger King. Tomorrow's Halloween, and I knew that they had the Nightmare King. The Nightmare King. Some people said it's okay. Some people just say they don't like it. It comes in this nice little Halloween wrapping. They did the Halloween Whopper a few years ago, which I didn't try, but I heard it makes people shit black. I haven't really heard anybody say that this makes them shit green because the bun is green. But it's supposed to give you nightmares, which I heard is absolute BS, but we'll see. If I get a nightmare tonight, I'll let you guys know for a Halloween video. So I have the receipt in here. It was expensive. Burger King has been getting expensive. I haven't eaten fast food, especially Burger King, in about 6 months maybe. Just saving money, saving calories. This thing, the Nightmare King with a medium fry and a medium drink was $11.39. $11.39. Ridiculous. So the one thing, they have those Coke machines where you could pretty much get any flavor of any drink you want. But I saw on there, and apparently only at Burger King, they have Surge. And I've never tried Surge before, so we're going all green today. I smelled it before, I didn't try it. I smelt it, and it was kind of like Mountain Dew in some way, so let's try it out. So I've never had this before. You can tell me if I'm right or wrong. It has it kind of tastes like that Rockstar Lime Freeze. Almost like lemon lime. Well, it is a lemon lime drink, but it almost has I don't know if it's an energy drink. I just know of Surge, but it almost tastes like that Rockstar Lime Freeze, which I really didn't care for, but this is decent. Alright. Got a medium fry because people are saying I'm getting skinny, which I claim is BS. But according to the scale, I've lost more weight than I should be. So here's my little treat for the day. Halloween treat, if anything. Regular Burger King fries. I prefer Wendy's fries over anything, even McDonald's. Haven't eaten at McDonald's in God knows how long, but Burger King's fries usually pretty good. Alright, so let's try the main thing I came for, this Halloween King. So it looks way greener in the picture. This just looks like it's rotten. The bun looks rotten. For you guys that don't know, I'll lift up the top. There's onion, bacon, chicken, cheese, and then the quarter-pound patty, I guess, on the bottom. Anyway, I'm going to take a few bites, and while I'm eating, depending if I like it or not. But anyway, I'll give you guys a little update because I haven't made a video in about 2-3 weeks, so once I get my initial thoughts on this thing, this green, moldy burger, even the bottom is moldy. Well, it has a tint of green. But yeah, let's give it a shot, see if it's any good. Nothing too special. Let's go in for another bite. So it mainly tastes like a chicken sandwich more than anything. The chicken obviously being bigger than the actual hamburger patty overpowers the actual hamburger. A couple people had said that the onions overpower it. I'm not really tasting, I taste the onion, but not in a crazy way. I want to try the bun because I heard somebody say that the bun is made or infused with avocado. I'm not the biggest avocado fan, so let's try out the bun itself. I didn't really get a good taste of that. Just a regular bun. I mean, decent. I actually am enjoying it. Okay, I got a big bite of onion there. Yeah, it is what it is. I give it a recommend. It's only available until tomorrow, though, Halloween. I'll probably have this video up on Halloween, so if you're watching this, happy Halloween, everybody. Be safe. So while I'm making this video, I'd figure it's probably the best time to talk about some stuff now. Everything's going good. Everything is going good. There's nothing wrong. I hate the fact that I haven't done a video in 2 to 3 weeks. For everybody that I owe videos for, I apologize. I know every time I do these updates, I always say, things are busy. I just don't have the time. Never giving an excuse. This time I think I have a good excuse or two. So being that I'm graduated from college, I live back in New York, and obviously once you're out of college, you gotta find a job. I'm sorry to say that to all the younger kids out there, but once you graduate, the party's over. Unless you have $1 million saved up in your bank account, you gotta find a job. So what I've been doing since about August is I've been working freelance. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in filmmaking, and, for most people in the field that I'm in, you usually start with a freelance job. So what I've been doing is I've been doing sports videography, and I've been working with a company out in my area, filming for, that surge, filming for different high schools, different sports teams. It's the fall, so football, soccer, field hockey, volleyball. Right now, it's the end of October. Oh my god, that surge. Excuse me. It's the end of the football season, end of soccer season. Field hockey, I'm pretty sure, is still going on. I've done volleyball, and I think volleyball goes on even when basketball season comes on. But I've been doing a lot of that. My main thing is driving to the game, filming the game, which can be anywhere from an hour and a half to 3 hours. I've had 2 3-hour football games, which is incredible. Doesn't do anything different to my pay, though, but it's just wild to know that a football game will go that long. But besides filming the game, right afterwards, I have to go home and edit everything. And it depends on, some clients will request one platform, another will say, could you upload it to Vimeo, Box.com. So it takes time, especially when you have a lot of clips and a lot of footage. The footage that I've got goes from anywhere from, it depends on the game. Football can be 35 to 50 minutes. Soccer, I did a soccer game yesterday, semifinal game, and they did 2 overtime periods, and that footage was a little over an hour and a half. So, going home, uploading it, and sometimes I'm up, on a good day, if I come home early, I'll be done by midnight. But there's been some days where I'll do sometimes 2. I've even done 3 games a day at different locations. The latest I've been up working was 5 a.m. So, I love my job. It's an incredible job, but, it takes a lot of time out of me. And, I just feel pooped at the end of the day. I'm editing one thing. Eventually I'm going to get another computer so I can do multiple uploads, save some time on myself, and, create more content. But by the end of the night, if I come home at like 10 o'clock, I am absolutely pooped and just have to wait for this upload to get up. Haven't eaten yet today, so I'm pretty hungry. But overall, good job, making good money for myself. That's the most important part. But another thing that I wanted to bring up, another good thing, stressful for me right now. Even though I've graduated from college, I went back to school. Yeah, I'm not in Arizona, I'm back in New York, but when I am home, when I was home from 2013 until now, even when I would come back on vacation, I'm a volunteer firefighter. I serve for a company that's literally right down the street from me, and I've been doing fire for, next month will be 5 years since I've been a firefighter. And the one thing that they've always told me, you know, just because I'm around, said, you know, dude, you gotta do EMS. So it's something I put off for a while because I was going to school when I was home from vacation. I wasn't gonna have enough time to do EMS school. But now, since I'm back home, it's the perfect time for it. So I've been in the EMS Academy for 6 months. I've been there since June. Let's see, June, July, August, September, almost 6 months. And right now, this is my last week of school. And then next week and one day the week after is my final exams. And I've been doing fine with the school, you know, passing all the quizzes that we have to do, doing fine in the labs, passed both midterms, which is good. But you just have to remember so much stuff. So next week, I take my academy final, which is 100 multiple choice questions. And, you know, if you failed the first midterm or if you failed the second one, but you're still passing the class, they'll just give you a warning, say like, look, do better next time. If you fail the written final, you have to take the whole class over again. And I really do not want to spend 5 more months doing going back to school. So I've just been studying nonstop since about 2 weeks ago. So you have the written exam, which really is no problem to me, as long as I keep memorizing my stuff, which I have been. Another reason why I've been away. But then next Thursday, which is actually my birthday, I'll be turning 23. There's also a practical exam. So that's another thing that I've just been busting my butt over practicing, because you get a lot of different scenarios. Let me take another bite. Actually not bad. I kind of like it. For the practical, you have to do, you get 6 evolutions that you have to go through. You do medical, where you'll most likely have a person with chest pains or difficulty breathing. And then you'll do a trauma scenario. So injury from whatever. Trauma's a lot of work too. You know, once you get your stuff together, like I've been practicing, so I'm getting better with the trauma assessment. It's not that hard, but you just have to remember to get everything, because you can miss something and lose a point. Like for trauma, you get, if you get 100, then you pretty much get 53 out of 53. The minimum you need to pass trauma is a 37. So, you know, you can miss a thing or two. One of the, like, if you miss a blood pressure or get a wrong pulse, or even miss that, you get a point or 2 off. There's some things on it that you can't afford to miss because those are critical failures. So, I'll give you an example. If, you know, you and your horror movies, you probably know this stuff really good, so you'll probably understand what I'm saying. Scene size up is pretty much, you know, when you first get to the scene, you know, you do your body substance isolation. You have your gloves and any other protection you need. Say, is the scene safe? How many victims you have? What's the nature of illness or mechanism of injury? I know I'm going to stutter like that on the test. If you want additional resources, so more basic life support or advanced life support, paramedics essentially. And if you'll consider a C-spine, so C-spine mobilization, neck collar. You have to get all those. Those are all critical. So if you miss one of those, you fail that one. And there's some other ones that you need to do to make sure like you only have 10 to 15 minutes for certain ones. Other ones, they're smaller ones, so like CPR and AED I'm good with. Bleeding and shock, that'll be the easiest one. And then like oxygen, OPAs, NPAs, suction devices, BVMs, bag valve masks, and then like long bone splinting, joint immobilization, and traction splinting are the other ones. And you pretty much do 6. So you get 6 of them, and you need to pass the first 2, or you need to pass the written, and you need to pass the practical, which I'm actually doing tonight. I'm going to school later tonight, and we'll be doing practical over there to practice for the exam. Surge is actually pretty good. So you pass all 2 of those, and then if you pass everything, the next week you take your state exam. So you become certified by, in my case, New York State, to become an emergency medical technician, EMT. But if you fail the state exam, you have, I believe, 90 days to retake the test. Either that or you take a refresher course, which only lasts 2 to 3 months, which that's no problem. But really just been focusing most of my time on my work and EMT work. And yeah, once again, I apologize to everybody that I owe content for. I really do. But this is stuff that's unfortunately more important than what I'm doing. EMT, of course, very important. Yeah, I've been wanting to do EMT for a while. Now I finally have the chance to. So that going, which could lead into a job. Right now I'm just doing it on the volunteer basis. But it could possibly lead into a job. I've looked into, FDNY, some other private sectors. But who knows? I need a lot of practice on the field before I do anything. But then my job, just because I need money coming in. I have a lot of stuff. I have school loans to pay off, equipment for my job that I need to pay off. I'll do a video eventually showing off the equipment I use, because it is more in depth than what I use to shoot my YouTube videos with. Right now I'm just using my iPhone, but I use a Canon Vixia RF800 for YouTube, about $350 camera. For work, I use a Panasonic AG AC30. New was about $1,200 or $1,300. Most expensive camera I ever bought. And then I also got other equipment, but again, I'll show you all the equipment that I got in a later video. But for right now, like, this will be the one video you guys will see for maybe the next 2 or 3 weeks. There will be a little gap in between when the fall season ends and winter begins. And once winter begins, basketball and all that other sports stuff will start. A lot of onion there. Not really a big fan of white onion. Besides that, school and work, I just got really tired. I tired myself out. Because there are times where I'll go to one job in the morning, I do part-time work at another joint, photography. I do part-time work at a place that does photography. And possibly after that, go to a game, and then right after that, go to school, and then right after school, go home to upload the game that I just shot. So it never ends. And most of it, like the editing, isn't terrible. The editing is the easiest editing you can do. It's way easier than the work that I do for YouTube, thankfully. It's pretty much just drag and drop. If something has to go to Vimeo, put everything in Final Cut, put the company intro in there, drag and drop everything in order, and the upload time, I have a lot of stuff on my computer, so the upload time can vary. I've waited sometimes 3 hours for an hour game to get up to on my hard drive. And another thing I have to do, if it's Vimeo or if it's going up to box.com, is compress it, because it'll be, even for an MP4, it'll be big. So I have compressor on my computer now, and that's quick. It usually takes like anywhere from 15 to a half hour to compress a game, and then once that's done, uploading to like Vimeo or Box is less than 5 minutes. Really easy. But everything's going good, just busy. I've gotten a lot of cool stuff lately, DVD and Blu-ray wise. Fortunately, just haven't had the time to watch it, which bums me out because it's Halloween, one of my favorite times of the year. And I've just been working so much that I haven't had time to do anything Halloween related. I have to say, this is pretty different for me. Normally I have a breakdown of what I want to talk about for every review I do. In the future, I've been asked a couple of times, like, how do I make my reviews, or what do I use to shoot and edit with, which I found really interesting. It's kind of, it flatters me to know that people like the work that I do, and, if I can give any advice to people, absolutely I will. So, once things slow down a little bit, and once, some other projects that I put on hold for right now can get back working on, I'll definitely do that. But again, relaxing little video to do. I'm starving right now, so this is actually, it's not bad. I actually like it. Not really like a mukbang. A lot of people have been doing those mukbangs where they just tell stories and eat a shitload of food. I can't do that now. I eat like a squirrel. Like, this is probably the only meal I'll have today. When I was back in college, I could do a mukbang easily. I'll share a little funny story and then we'll wrap the video because we're getting a little too long. When I was in my junior year of college, I was doing my short film, Lessons from the Darkness, which is up on YouTube if you want to check it out. Probably the best short that I've done. Way better than my backyard gore films from when I was 13. But anyway, for those videos, sorry, hit the jewel. When I was editing Lessons from the Darkness, I had the class that I did it for at 1 o'clock on Thursdays. Wednesdays, I had the whole day off. Those were days that I was over at Midnight Releasing and Brain Damage Films. And you guys want to hear that story of how I got involved with brain damage at midnight? That's a video that I really want to do. Interesting story. I'm sure you guys will love that. Yeah, because I kept it quiet for so long, but yeah, it's a great story. Most people that I tell it to love it, so if you want to hear it, let me know. But anyway, when I would get home from brain damage on Wednesdays, I'd usually just sit down for a minute, watch some TV, cook myself dinner, do any homework that I needed to do, and then that night I would start editing at 9 o'clock. And it went for three Wednesdays in a row because they wanted a rough cut, a master cut, and then the final cut. So the rough cut took me, I started my work always at 9 o'clock at night. The rough cut, they didn't really care about music or transitions, anything like that. Just pretty much drag and drop. That took me from 9 o'clock at night to maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. When I did my master cut, that's when they wanted, intros and credits, and somebody's got a job. Stuff like that. They didn't want the full thing. It's pretty much a way to say, take this out and do this. That took me 9 o'clock at night until 8 o'clock the next morning, and I was frustrated as hell with that. I'll do a full long video of that in the future. Then for my final cut, I'll save most of that for another video, but that took me from 9 o'clock at night to 11:30 the next morning. No sleep, no, hanging out or anything like that, just sitting at my computer and editing nonstop. And I would have like Domino's or Papa John's with me, and that's when I could eat like one meal a day but put down a whole pizza in one sitting. I can't do that anymore. I'm lucky if I even get through one slice of pizza. I forgot this was a food review. Didn't even give a proper rating of this thing. But, it's Halloween when you're watching this. And I know it's only available until Halloween, October 31st. If you can go to a Burger King, it's nothing special. Yeah, it's good. I'd give it a recommend. Yeah, I doubt they would have it afterwards. I know it goes away after Halloween. Who knows what they'll have in a year or two. But I give it a recommend. It was filling. Everything from Burger King fills me up. Maybe a breakfast sandwich next time, like green eggs and ham, whatever. Some Dr. Seuss shit. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this very long update. According to my phone, it's been going on for 32 minutes and 30 seconds. So, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you, understand why I've been gone so long. Hopefully this time my excuses are valid to you guys. I just hate being away from YouTube for so long. I really love doing the 1 to 2 reviews a week. But, when work picked up, I had to put YouTube aside for a second because YouTube wasn't paying my bills. So, if it pays my bills, I gotta stick to that first. That's my first priority. And then something else which could bring me in more money in the future, that's my second priority. So, anyways, don't want this to go on any longer. Hope you guys enjoyed. This will be going up on Halloween, so have a happy Halloween, have a safe Halloween. Whatever you're doing, trick-or-treats, partying, have fun, but be safe. Anyways, guys, I will see you once my exams get done, and hopefully I'll have good news for you by then. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoy. Happy Halloween. See you next time. Take care.